You already know what it is.
No, they don't. It's the driven unknowns this time, you know?
The traveling unknowns.
This is not the first time I've done this, driving and podcasting, by the way. It is an experience.
Mobius is cheating on me, obviously.
Moto vlogging. It's what I wanted to do after high school. I wanted to get a motorcycle, get a camera, and just ride and talk. And then.
Oh wow! I didn't know. I knew you wanted to ride a motorcycle. I didn't know you wanted to vlog.
Yeah, we're back in 11th and 12th grade. This is our intro. This is our hot intro because we're coming in hot. We got 30 minutes. Let's do this. So, I wanted to get on a motorcycle and ride around and do cool things like look at animals and harass cops and stuff on my motorcycle and talk about video games and stuff. So this is kind of me tapping into that, but driving my car. So
you wanted to be an auditor?
Nah, that's what it sounds like.
They be going too far, bro.
That's what it sounds like, but no, it's motorcycles. Motorcyclists are cool, except the ones that punch your mirror. Wow. Don't get your mirror punched. Anyway, you already know what it is. It's the unknown.
No, they have no clue what the fuck is going on because Mobius just took over.
Out here. I rushed Shady to press play to tell me all the new things.
Stuff and things. We got news. We're going to get right into it. What's new, sis? What's going on? Man, what's new? It's been fucking 5, 6, 7, 8,000 years since we got back with y'all. Obviously, previous to this upload, you're going to hear another one where I did solo, and it's just such a great opportunity to have Mobius pick me up so we can do it the way we're supposed to be doing it. I mean, we are in the laboratory, aka his car, cooking it up, and I miss this so friggin' much, yo. So shout out to anybody who know the first season, the second season, the third season, even the fourth season. It's 2024, and we just, yeah, man, I'm back from California, and I feel rejuvenated and ready to get back to the shit that fucking matters to me, and that's definitely this podcast, bro.
Well, we have been very busy. As you know, Shady is a mom, and as you don't know, I got a whole new job. Your boy works for Uncle Sam now.
This guy.
Sort of.
He sold out, y'all. He sold out. All that shit we be talking conspiracies. He like, I'm just gonna join them. Fuck me.
Uncle Sam pays good. So what can I say? Get your money. Get your money so you can do the things you want to do by not working for them. I got a new job that it took a minute to train up and get there. Been working for a bit. I'm in the middle of apartment searching, trying to get my own space. Me and my roommate been doing it together for pause.
Rose before hoes.
We've been pause.
Hey, big pause.
Big pause.
We've been doing it together. No, sir.
We've been kicking it.
Yeah,
for 4 years since COVID. We've been kicking it, and now it's time for me to move on.
Rose before hoes.
I had initially set an internal goal to do no more than 5 years, 3 to 5 years, and I should probably be looking for a place. I felt like that was a good time frame because, if I wasn't in a relationship, his girlfriend would probably be trying to move in and have kids and stuff, and while that's kind of
progressive,
right, and I felt like, that's probably a good time anyway. I should be doing my own thing by that point. And so it's been 4 years. I am, in fact, in a relationship. He also is trying to get his lady to move
the next
in.
step.
So, it makes sense. And I told him at the beginning of the year that I had plans. And I don't think he took it seriously because back in like August, he was like, yeah, so, you're moving at the end of the year, right? I was like, no, I'm looking right now. Like once I get done training for this job, I'm trying to be gone. Like just saving up some. I need space. I need to be uncle. I need to be
damn space.
I need to be ready.
Shit you was talking.
Well, no, I'm I'm not doing the studio. I just forgot. But anyway, so off the top, some gaming news. Bethesda drops the new Starfield content. It's trash. Starfield is still pretty okay. Ubisoft's stocks are in the toilet. They just keep doing the opposite of what gamers want, and so their stocks are really hurting right now. Go get you some Ubi stocks, because you know they're gonna turn around at some point, but it ain't pretty.
I might have to cop some.
The Xbox has a new update where it's the system, the Series X and the Series S are going to be getting a midlife season refresh. New designs, new memory, slightly faster performance, yada yada yada. The
update like a fully new purchasable console, but it's just briefly updated.
You know, like your old Ford Edge versus the one you have now. It's prettier. The grill looks a little different. The headlights, it's stuff like that. I've seen it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a refresh, and it has slightly better performance. Sony lost their dang minds, charging $700 for the PlayStation 5 Pro, and
they just released the Pro.
Well, they announced. I don't know if they released it yet, but they announced it. But they want 700 bones for it. And
if it ain't got no like 2 terabyte hard drive, what the fuck is you talking about?
Well, here's the thing.
And I could have bought that shit separate anyway.
They're taking stuff from you. Because the original PS4, you could get a hard drive with it, and if you wanted the slim one, okay, cool, and it would save you a couple bucks. It's nice, cool. You're a digital fan only.
You got me fudged.
No, what they did was say, hey, do you want this PlayStation 5 Pro? Well, you can have it, but it's not going to come with a hard drive. It's not going to come with...
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's not going to come with a hard drive. That's extra.
We're giving you the option. Too?
It's just going to look slightly... It's going to look slightly present. It's going to have slightly higher frame rates and resolution, but it doesn't come with the 2 terabyte hard drive. It doesn't come with 2 extra controllers. It doesn't even come with like the elite equivalent PlayStation controller for Xbox.
Oh yeah, for Pro that would make sense.
It doesn't come with that.
If I'm just gonna give you some elite,
it doesn't.
Some elite controller.
Look. It doesn't even come with a console stand, a vertical stand to stand that bad boy up. It don't even come with one of those. You get nothing for $700.
Up against the floor.
Yeah,
and that's like a piece of plastic, bro.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking $3 to manufacture piece of plastic.
We'll give you
that you can say it's a $20 value, and you're not even giving that shit out.
You don't get that. You don't get anything.
Well, listen, these are not my problems. I'm not a Sony PlayStation fan.
There's more stuff, but as I'm driving, I'm trying to think of stuff and things, so I'm going to let Shady take back over. But that was just... after that, then immediately after that, in the bad press, they announced the 30th edition PlayStation 5 console, and it's just gray and colorful like the OG PlayStation 1 and X used to be. It's basically that, but a PS5. It looks pretty, it's nice.
Grays.
You know, I think that's probably $600 or something like that.
Gray.
Yeah.
But they're tripping either way.
Yeah,
all right.
They've lost their minds.
Well, I have no need to purchase any type of new console. I mean, even if my Xbox broke, I would see you just going to PC. Get that $300. I would just go to Costco and get the probably the digital one.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's because I stopped using discs
a while ago.
A long ass time ago. So,
not by
I do
choice,
have a hard drive.
You know, it is.
No, because man, you keep fucking them discs up. You learn your lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them discs.
But also because this drive was giving you some pretty significant problems too.
On multiple devices, but also because if I can't play this game offline, what was really the point of owning a disc in the first place?
Right.
And that was some sick shit that they did at some point. I don't know if it's some games or all the games, but it's like most of the games. You can't even play this shit offline.
Oh, like The Crew.
Yeah. I mean, just certain games you can't play offline. Like,
The Division, The Crew. And most of them happen to be
just messed up.
Ubisoft titles, unfortunately. The Crew servers went offline, and while they had the option, probably, to just, make it offline playable. They didn't.
The first crew?
The second one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So people were very upset, and as a result, there's some bills being introduced into Congress, testing and seeing if it is possible to
tell them they can't do that shit.
Correct.
I purchased the fucking thing. You can't tell me that I haven't. Okay, well, that's how I feel about the situation that's going on with The Sims.
Mm-hmm.
All of these years, bro, that I've been able to just log into my fucking Sims. I don't even remember who the fuck it was at this point, and I feel like shit for not knowing, because obviously this is our podcast and this is what we do. Oh, Origin.
Uh-huh.
You had to download Origin, go into Origin to download all your shit.
It's trash.
Then you get your little Sims manager. You go in your manager, you upload all your games, or it already identifies all your games that you uploaded from Origin.
Mm-hmm.
All the fucking different expansion packs you done purchased over the years are all in one place. That place no longer fucking exists.
Correct. Trash.
So now they talking about, rebuy the game or pay monthly access for a game that I've already purchased and owned.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you? And registered?
Lawsuit.
And I registered the game?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I've been playing Sims 3 for years. That's one thing that I fuck with PC. That was absolutely different from the fucking console games.
Mm-hmm.
If I just want to play this game for a million years, as long as I have my key, as long as I got my key, I could go on anybody's computer and keep playing my old fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
Whether anybody's online playing that shit or not.
Right. Which was the benefits, which was originally the benefit for console.
Y'all scamming. Y'all got us paying for shit, and then we have nothing to show for it.
Yep. You will own nothing and like it. Oh. And it's
that's
happening.
That's a real thing. Real estate.
Yep.
It's happening all over the fucking world.
Amazon makes
the water.
prefab houses now. You can buy a prefab house for 20 grand.
But
comes with porch.
Alibaba was doing that shit. They all on that.
You can 3D print a house. That was a Russian thing at first. I think the Russians came up with that.
I will 3D print you this, like Legos, and stack those shit together.
That's a whole Cybertruck sitting there. Or no?
I've been seeing so many Cybertrucks, not even in California, but
around here.
In DC, so many. Like, this is ridiculous.
Red one, a black one.
Cybertruck City. But I definitely want to give a shout out to California, the California love.
Yes, tell me about California.
Dr. Dre, the Assaulting Women, shout out to you.
What?
Tupac.
I think I heard about that.
You know, loving California.
Diddy.
Making some great hits out there, some nice music. Shout out to the weed bars and lounges that allow you to just kind of chill and relax and be in a safe environment to just chill. That was really nice. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time for it because I wanted to actually be out doing stuff and things.
Productive.
Yeah, it was absolutely a good trip. I did record a little joke, like I already told y'all. I just really had to get some stuff on my mind, but you know, Mobius always brings something different to the table, and that was a major part of my topic. Was just like, how could I really even imagine doing this without you? And like, it definitely just feels weird to sit around and just talk to nothing or nobody and not have an opinion or, you know, an opposing view, because I'm definitely not one of those people that just like yes men. I don't expect to always be right, and I need somebody 100% who's going to be honest with me, even if we disagree on the other side of it. And yeah, man, that's definitely Mobius. But I have been
advocate, so
this guy.
It helps. But that's what got me to where I am now. Because like, okay, we're talking about stuff, we're talking about things. Making all these decisions and stuff in a vacuum is how we got the Bay of Pigs. It's how we entered Iraq and fought for 20 years. It's how we did a lot of It's how we did a lot of things because no one's willing to ask the harder questions, or to say, hey, this sounds pretty good in a vacuum, I need context. Or, okay, just for the sake of, I don't know what, just because I'm bored.
Or let's
because
talk to the people with opposing arguments.
Right.
Yeah,
and
let's hear them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why this?
Yeah, no.
Well, okay, but the problem is now,
a lot of name calling.
It's a lot of finger pointing and name calling, and everybody's trying to go for the gotcha moments, where it's like, no, I'm trying to be a more informed
somebody's
person.
Lacking.
I don't need to agree with you. I just need to know where you're coming from, because that's how you learn. You know, in business, in military, it's how you learn. If you are gaming and you've never been in a position to lose, how will you know how they got you? Okay, people play differently. So, yeah, have those conversations. But,
yeah, it's just, I don't know. So something I definitely took the time to think about. I think I had already shared with you that I was thinking about doing this mom podcast with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like once a month, that would be really great for us to talk about those emotionally intelligent topics that we have definitely touched on, but like, you know, definitely coming from a more religious standpoint, etc. And then while I was in like ramping up to leave, you said what?
So you should get Red on there.
Red what?
Our cousin.
Oh.
Little Red.
Not on the emotionally intelligent one.
Well, he's a dad and he's got a bunch of kids.
Well, no,
so I feel like as a guest,
as a dad, you're right. Well, it was more of like a mom's thing, but you're right. To have a dad on there obviously is important and helpful. But so the other thing I was thinking about while I was ramping up and preparing to leave for California, sometimes he say some out of pocket shit. But mediocre tutorials, that guy's YouTube channel is inspiring. As well as there's one young lady that I watch a lot, and I'm mad I definitely can't even think of her YouTube channel, but insert YouTube channel. She cool as shit. I definitely bang with her. At the same time, it's the same thing of them just sitting back and watching videos and commenting. And it's, you know, it's something I've been back and forth with. I don't really want to show my face, so how can I do that and somebody, you know, actually be interested in my channel if I'm just going to over talk and not show my face? So I haven't thought about all of those details again, but just like, wow, maybe this is something I really should do, you know, so.
Like
past the need for pet reactions. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, especially after viewing the fucking Candace Owens shit. Like, and then it's like, it's so hard to have a conversation without thinking about the 4 seasons of topics that we did. I mean, not just a conversation. It's so hard to think about the current events when we have been talking about some of this shit for 4 years. Off and on, like, pay attention, open our eyes. Like, these are important things that need to be discussed in our community that are clearly have been neglected, and everybody wants to either conspiracy act like it's weird or fake or not real or not pay attention to it, and it's just like, that's not helping. It's the fucking, I feel like the R. Kelly shit was the tip of the fucking iceberg. I feel like, you know, we looking at what Bill Cosby, we looking at Epstein. You hear what they trying to say now? No, now they trying to say one of them, Epstein or the other one, trying to say he was an FBI plant, so he wasn't really raping
himself. Was a plant?
One of them is Epstein, and it's the other Stein.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein, right?
Weinstein's British, I think.
So which one of y'all trying to say? Either way, they was fucking with girls, and they got many people saying that they raped me and abused me. But they're like, no, it was an FBI plan.
Well, there's a story.
So he never really did the shit
too. So
come on, it's sick as fuck. Like, bro, it's. I mean, I saw the little movie that they made where the agent almost had to like rape a little boy or allow a little boy to get raped during his raid. He was very close and almost blew up the fucking operation, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, That shit's it's fucked up.
Happened in Afghanistan too. Our partner forces is into that stuff, and our SF dudes would have to let that shit slide because that's their culture. It's not our business to do that. But at the same time, you can say, hey, we're going to be doing stuff in your backyard. We would like you to partner with us, but these are the things we find unacceptable. You can do it on your own time, and we don't agree with it, but don't bring that shit on base. And
I don't know.
but
It's tough.
you know, it is what it is. We lost for all intents and purposes that war, or at the very least we won, but we boggled the exit, so whatever. But in news of other things happening, there has been a series of cataclysmic storms in the South United States, hitting the Carolinas and Florida most recently. It's two hurricanes.
Shout out to y'all, man.
There are black people there. They're just people there. It's not a us versus them thing. It's
okay. So this is a conspiracy topic. Say what you saying, and then your display. I'm about to botch your whole disclaimer. Go ahead.
It's not a us versus them thing. Yeah. It's just people hurting right now. So if you can help. If you don't know what's going on, just keep your ear to the ground. Don't spread reckless information needlessly.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
There is a bunch of things happening, including FEMA conspiracies and stuff.
So much of that shit. They like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all going to vote for Biden? Look at this situation. Mm-hmm. Not Biden, Kamala. Look at this situation right now. Y'all not getting the people. And they say, okay, so a few conspiracy things. I'm calling super privy. I didn't read any articles specifically about the FEMA thing, but I did see something out. Mm-hmm. What I saw was, why is the storm hitting sundown towns? Mm-hmm. Okay? And then the other thing I saw was, it was another situation of like access to care being cut off
by the government.
Communication or care.
Both.
That was being cut off before it even got to the bad point where it would be like, oh, okay, understandable. Mm-hmm. So go ahead. What did you, the FEMA and the other? Yeah,
so with the disastrous response that has been the government responding to things again.
This is terrible. In fucking Florida,
Ron
DeSantis, they probably just gonna blame it on him if don't nothing go well.
Either way, he's only able to do so
politics.
much.
I know, that's what I was about to say.
So the federal government is supposed to step in with a bajillion helicopters and stuff and things, but we're still sending money to Ukraine and Israel.
That's not a valid excuse
and
to not help
the
Florida.
Taliban.
We don't care how fucked up Florida is. They got zombies down there.
They're Trumpies, yada yada yada.
Yeah, like, so, I don't care. They deserve help. So we live in this country. We deserve help.
On that note, I'm gonna call it. I think Mr. Dorito's going to win. I think Agent Orange. I think Red Hat. Whatever you want to call him. I think he's gonna win. If people weren't sold,
this shit is so fucking ridiculous.
If people weren't sold on him before the two disasters, they are now. Because what happened? As soon as they hit,
but a lot of people still don't know about Kammy. Okay.
Kammy, who?
We gonna call her anything but her name.
Oh yeah.
The big H.
Yeah. VP.
There's a lot of people that still don't know
about,
and so it's really hard, especially looking at how powerful the black vote is. It's I don't know how many black people are gonna be able to suck up their pride and be like, okay, Trump obviously could do better than.
I think people are going to remember Katrina and remember when we pointed the finger at G.W. Bush, and
we should continue to follow the same narrative.
Well, no,
you're in power and you did shit.
You did nothing for us and them though. It wasn't just us this time. It happened across 2 different states, and it was arguably worse, you know. And you did nothing. You're supposed to be
our fucking country, bro.
Yeah, you're supposed to be better.
It's just,
and you're doing nothing.
No sense. How much money we got? how much money we giving away. Like, that's, I don't know. I feel like you don't gotta know shit about politics to be like, I pay taxes. My taxes is supposed to go, I pay state and federal. So it's supposed to go to better opportunities in my state, better opportunities across the United States.
Yep.
I would think you would take my federal tax money and fucking help Florida. Like, what's going on, bro? It's just, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it's too much deception going on, especially in our community. And I think, this is definitely a hard-hitting topic, because I've even heard it across my YouTube exploration. There's this, another notable YouTuber that I don't remember the name of. There's this pastor, and he talks about the wildest, things to draw you in, to remind you. You think it's wild, but it's not that wild if you read the Bible, because the Old Testament was blanked up, right? And that's why there was several murders in the Bible that people don't agree with, etc. So one of the things he was talking about is, why is there politics in the church? These are two separate things, and you have to be very careful, because people talk about things and they don't know what they're talking about. In the church, you should only be talking about the one thing that you should know what you're talking about, which is only the Bible, religion, etc. So I took to that, and I was like, dang, that's really messed up, because I'm hearing a narrative of, in our community, in black churches, she's black, vote for her. Or at the very least, if you don't vote for her because she's black, don't talk negative or put down a black woman for trying to do better, be better, success, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I could agree with the second part. I can't agree with you trying to tell me who to vote for. First of all, nobody should be doing that.
That's some Megiddo type.
Yeah, like that's for the news acres. That's for the people whose jobs is literally to give you the facts and to sway your mindset. No. And so it's just like, again, I could get with the second one, right? She's brown something.
Yep.
Well, what did we say on our show? We're recognizing it's not just about black people. I recognize, whether you recognize us or not, is the same. And I know that that's also a lot what's going on, and that's what's being pointed out about how there are other tan, or let's say non-white races, who think they white, who act like they're white, and don't see us all as minorities in the same boat of being manipulated by the 1%.
Yeah.
And so, even if y'all don't feel that way, I think me and Mobius both say a minority is a minority, and one way or another, unfortunately, you may find out in this country that you are a minority. At some point or situation, you will be reminded that no matter how white you think you are, that you're not. No matter how white you talk or act around your friends, when you get around real white people, it's not the same. And I definitely felt that when I'm getting off the airplane and I'm saying thank you to the stewardess. And no acknowledgement, no looking in my eyes like, you just made eye contact with me because I'm walking off. But when I say thank you so much, you turn your head like, ugh. It just really had me. And then to have the other white people be like, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. I ain't asked you to say thank you. I feel like at that point, you're going above and beyond. You already did your job. We getting off the flight. I'm saying thank you to you. It's just, whatever it is. I understand y'all may not see it how we see it. So I agree to an extent that she is not African American or American black. That is not what she is. And so if we're going to say she's brown, right? Her mama's Indian.
Oh, well, she's a little bit of everything. South Asian.
No, she's not everything.
No, but
she has
if you listen
African,
to her, if you listen to her,
the
she's
way
a little
she
bit
tried
of
to spit.
everything. Yep.
Okay, Mobius. If you let her tell it, what she say to these motherfuckers on a podcast? She did a podcast with basketball players. You wasn't about to do no hard-hitting ass podcast with no real motherfucker.
Yep. And they all got clowned for it.
So fucking clown. But that was the excuse, right? That we could do this, and you got your hazards on. We racing with hazards, I guess. And your excuse was like, we're just basketball players. That's the excuse that you could use.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then she just gets away with it. Oh, I did do the interview. Oh, I did talk about it. Talk about we're going to have to sit here for some hours and unpack this. Ain't shit to unpack. You have no African descent in your family. Your mother is, first of all, India is in Asia. That's so hilarious. So you Asian, Indian, and your mother considers her own personal race Caucasian. So what black... Yo, yeah, we got the motherfucking manifesto papers from when y'all came over. Shout out to Candace Owens. It's sickening. From when you came over, from your family members came over and they signed a paper and they wrote what race they wanted to be. And that was to Jamaica. Remember? Because that was the spin.
Mm-hmm.
She's Jamaican, so she must be black. No. How many whites... Every place was colonized. What are you talking about? There are white people who've been living there for 50 fucking years. They are true white Jamaicans.
Mm-hmm.
No. So being Jamaican, that's what they call it. It's your country. It's a reflection of where you live, not who you are.
Right.
And you trying to finesse. Mobius, we're going to have to unpack this. Are you black or white?
Yes.
I need time.
Yes.
Yes. We could talk about it, but it's going to take a while.
Can we talk about how all politicians have become experts in sidestepping questions?
Ooh, dancing. It's like that's what they're teaching. I'm about to say at the commercial breaks. That's what they teaching at the arguments that they have
the debates and stuff
on national television about fucking nothing. Because I do gotta say that was some wild shit. All she wanted to do was argue with him and not actually answer the questions. And I feel like that definitely makes a lot of people nervous of like, we keep wanting to hear an actual plan from you.
No.
And you're like, we go ahead and do that business. Now, I'm going to say the one thing that she did say I'm agree with, and that I kept seeing clips where they were criticizing her, and I don't even feel like it was that deep. I feel like everybody was just looking for something to fuck with and repost over and over again. When she kept saying, like, they asked something about, I don't know, the tax cuts or something, and she was like, look, these corporations, they gonna have to give some of that money up, okay? Everybody gonna have to pay their fair share. And that's it. You gonna have to do it. But then they was like, okay, well, you as the president, you can't just make shit up. So, like, when you make some shit up and they gotta go through the House and it doesn't get passed, then what are you gonna do to enforce it?
Executive orders.
All she responded was, they gonna have to pay.
Yep.
They gonna have to pay that shit. Listen, you sound like Trump. Okay? And at least he talk his shit better. His old fucked up, weird looking ass. At least he talk the shit better and he not out here lying. Talking about something. I just did a DNA. I just find out. I want you people to know. I know it's not important. It's not important to me. I've never been worried about race. Green, brown, purple. I like green. Okay. I've never been concerned.
I'm as green as Piccolo. He's black, he's one of us.
Not also black. I just wanted you to know I did my ancestry DNA and I'm 1% African descent. I just wanted you to know. I just wanted you to know. Like, come on, at least he's not out here doing that weird shit. Kammy, you mad weird, bro. And I don't know, you gotta fuck with Candace Owens, cause she went.
I know. About
this bitch wrote the book. She wrote a book. Kammy wrote a book. Kammy's father wrote a book. They lied in the books. They lied. They fucking lied. Like they been lying to get where she is now. So it's just like, I don't know, it's mad weird. So like the point we was getting at, I don't feel like the black voters are going to adjust very well to the new information. I don't feel like the information is being exposed as much as it should be. I did try to have several conversations. Only at the Small Business Expo in San Francisco was I able to have a conversation with somebody about politics and about this shit, and they wasn't looking at me crazy. All the other black people I tried to talk to about this was like, they're not at all concerned or don't really...
Well, they got money. So they're like, yep, whatever.
No, I wasn't hanging out with rich people just because I was in California. But like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying. Mm-hmm. There's a certain class of people who are just not concerned with politics in general. Again, if people don't know that she's lying, then the people who are being forced, and not, I don't want to say forced, drugged to the polls. Mm-hmm. The people who are literally only going because their friends going, only because the shuttle came to their actual neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the volunteers who volunteer for voting every fucking year. You guys are so important, because even though I used to be against voting, I do feel like it's vital for us to pay attention and know what's going on. So you got to know when your vote is going to count, when it's going to matter, when to step in, when to make a difference. Because it's what? We're fighting against the lesser evil. Mm-hmm. At least let's be a part of choosing the lesser evil. At least let's be aware in what's going on and not let other people just make fucking choices for us.
But that's the problem. Like, each election has generally seemingly been always one horrible person versus another. As much as we loved Bill Clinton in the 90s, he cheated on his wife, he lied on TV, he was a pretty politician.
He doing some shady shit.
And he signed a bunch of bills that had some pretty devastating effects
on the black community.
For black people. Yeah. And let alone, and don't forget, he was on Epstein's Island. So yeah, he's probably a terrible human being. And who was he running against? Al Gore. Don't know nothing about the dude, but he is a politician and generally assumed should be some level of not a great person. That said, it's always the lesser of two evils. So we got Bill Clinton, and a bunch of stuff happened to black people, and that's bad for us. But the United States ended up being pretty okay overall until 9/11.
No, this guy breezing over like he wasn't 10 years old when all that shit was happening. At the end of the day, it's very unfortunate that the presidential candidate options always seem slim when it comes to who can we trust. But at the same time, I find it really frustrating that there's so many other black people running. And I mean, I say so many, but there was at least one other black person running. He was a philosopher. And so I was just like, okay, I'll vote for him. Like, where are our late night low-key conspiracy ass meetings? Where are our Black Panther ass meetings and parties and groups that's telling us we all gonna write in a motherfucker on there? You know what I'm saying?
People
like,
did it for the memes for Trump, and it was probably some white dude's idea, because all that leadership, that knowledge, that experience, it got killed off and drugged off in the 90s. In the 80s.
Killed off. Oh yeah,
everybody.
Yeah. Of like, of we can make our own decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was too many setups by your local, the FBI, CIA, watching your ass alphabet boys. Watching your ass, alphabet hating ass boys.
So they took and killed off all the men. Anybody who they didn't take, they sent to war, and anybody who didn't go to war, they locked up. Yeah. And all that was left was women and kids, and they said, "Don't worry about the guys. Here's some money. Call us."
Fucked up. Yeah.
So now women
we've destroyed your family, and don't worry about it. We've created incentives for you to be single mothers. And we are putting it in the media that you never needed the men that we took away from you in the first place. They wasn't shit. They was no good. Mm-hmm. And who wants a black family to be together in the first place?
Right.
So anyway, listen. If you didn't already know, it's the unknown unknowns. I'm Shady, a.k.a. Cartier. This my brother, big co-pilot MOBIus.
I'm the pilot.
He really out here. I was about to say he really pilot, and I really couldn't even say that for real.
Look at me.
The pilot.
Captain.
Look at me. This guy. All right, Captain Spock or whatever. So just come on, man. It's been a minute. I can't stop saying this enough. Thank y'all so much. Anybody who's heard the first couple of seasons and they're catching themselves like, oh yeah, y'all still at it. You know, I don't know what type of promises the Mobius want to make. But the only promise I want to make is that we just come back. You know, that we do come back. And so hopefully we could get a few more episodes out before the end of the year. It is October. It is politicking time. Do your research. Figure out what's going on in your own backyard, even if you don't give a fuck about the presidential situation. Like, we got to make sure that our states, district attorneys, attorney generals, and local mayors and senators, we got to make sure they not fucking us over too, because
that's where the vote really matters. Everything else, all the way up to the president, you can at this point, everybody knows everybody's lying.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you vote for, because they're going to lie, or they have their own agendas. But when he or she, when the president's talking about that nonsense, and you turn off the TV because you're like, whatever, that's all. They're just lying.
There's levels to the shit.
The town hall meeting that's happening for your local mayor, who then reports to the governor and city council, all that stuff. They're the ones who are going to be like Governor, whoever the dude in Florida is. Is that DeSantis? They're going to be saying F you to the government.
They're the ones who got them sexy school books inside your elementary school. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to pay attention and look out. The people who go into these meetings are controlling the narrative of our country. And while you sit back and watch TV and scroll on your phone, you fucking missing it, bro. So, you know, don't get left behind. Fuck like with no the unknown. Left behind. Oh my goodness. Fuck with Mobius. Fuck with Cartier. Fuck with the unknown unknowns. Hey, my baby, we fucking with you. On another note, we try to see what it's like to be a delinquent. Mobius. So I don't know what that about means. The tags shit.
Tags.
We about to be delinquents out here. You already know what it is. We are law-abiding citizens, but we believe in standing up for your rights. If you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. It's your girl Shady, aka Cartier. Hit us on the Instagram. It's the unknown unknowns. Instead of an O, it's a 0 instead of an S.
It's a 5.
It's a 5.
I plead the 5th.
Wildin'.
If the cops pull you over, shut your fucking mouth.
Whatever you say,
5th.
There are so many amendments, but I can only choose 5th. Next question. 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th. Alright, you already know what it is. Thanks for fucking with us. The unknown unknowns. Banging with you for the 2024. When does season 5 start?
Yes.
We'll let you know. Alright, holla.